All right. Hey guys, it is me. I'm going to bring you over here so I can get you closer. Howdy, friends. Well, I was cooking and I was going to share this recipe with you guys. And since I'm making it for dinner, I was like, I'll just share it with you right now. It's not going to be fancy. I also have some sandwich bread going for micro bakery on Thursday, so you'll be watching me do that as well as this. So this is a concoction that I came up with not that long ago, and it is so good, you guys. So I want to share it with you. My dog's going to be hacking in the background because that's what she does. So let me, I'm not going to be able to see you guys because of the way I have my phone set up. So if you're here, just say hello. And I'm going to put you down right there so you can see what we're doing. All right, I need to... I really need a new tripod because, man, this thing is a pain in my rear. All right, so we're going to need to get some water boiling as well. But this is the Backwoods beef and roasted veggies. If you're craving something like warm and creamy with a fall vibe, this is going to be your go-to, and it's pretty easy. So right now I just have ground beef cooking up in about a half a cup of chicken broth. You can use beef broth, doesn't matter what you use. And then I'm going to get some water going here. I wonder if I can flip this around once it's live. Just so I can see who's here and who's not. Hi, Adam. All right, so we're gonna get this going. Alright, so we've got some garlic here. We're going to add a crap ton because I love garlic. Now those of you, hi, you're the only one here. That's all right. I don't normally go live, so that's not surprising to me. No biggie. So yeah, I like a lot of garlic. Plus the garlic doesn't have as much potency. So we're just gonna add some salt and some pepper and some garlic and keep cooking that. So fun fact, some of you, probably most of you don't know because I don't think I've ever shared it, but my parents owned 2 restaurants when I was a kid. They were like buffet restaurants, buffet style. And then they were caterers for 25 years. So I come from a long line of people in the kitchen. And so I'm really glad that I actually wrote this down because I don't normally. I usually just kind of throw stuff together. I really wish I had this on the other side. All right. Okay. So we're gonna keep cooking that. We're waiting for this to boil so we can put our noodles in. All right, so originally I used these ditallinis, but I couldn't find them this time, so I got these ones instead. They're pretty darn close. Just kind of gives it a, I don't know, it's more fun. The flavors really meshed well too with this size of a noodle. You know, the noodle won't overpower it. Now that that is cooked, we're gonna do a half can of beef consomme. Well, about 3/4 of a cup. 3/4 of a can. And we're gonna let that stir up for a minute. And then I'm gonna get our veggies going. Now you could use any type of veggies, but I will tell you the ones that I got are from Costco. And this was kind of one of those meals where I just like threw it together because it didn't have much. And well, it wound up being one of the most delicious meals I've ever made. So I'm gonna get those going over here. Now I've got, it's these ones. So the only thing that I did differently was that I do pull out the Brussels sprouts because I just didn't think that that would go great in this meal. And there's not a whole lot of them anyway. You could leave them in if you wanted. I don't think it would be bad. I just personally didn't think it would necessarily go. So I'm gonna pour it in and then just kind of pick out the Brussels sprouts. And I just really did like a handful. Pull those out. So then you're just left with like peppers, peppers and mushrooms. I don't know if you guys can see that. So we're gonna let that cook. Might be helpful if I actually put that burner on. Almost ready. All right, and then I'm gonna add a block of cream cheese to this meat to let it kind of get creamed up. So we're gonna do 1 block of that. All right, so we have our meat, noodles, we're gonna go here, veggies are over here. And while we're waiting for this to boil, which I wish it would hurry, for the salt. I think when I made this, I didn't have any cream, and so I was like, oh, I'll just use cream cheese. Well, it wound up making the best flavor. This looks disgusting right now, but I tell you, it's gonna all come together beautifully. So I'm gonna get a top for that. Once we get our noodles in, we're gonna get over here and start doing our bread, sandwich bread. So right now, let's see, my micro bakery will be open on Monday. Gosh, that's bad. Sorry. Oh, it's gonna make me flip now because I flipped it this way. Well, that's annoying. I wonder why it did that. Was it sideways for you before? Huh. So right now I have literally bread everywhere because I don't have a different way to do it. So this is just the way it's gonna be. I don't know, it was flipped. Yeah, it's rotate device back. That's really strange because I started the other way. So I do apologize for that. All right, let's pour our noodles in. And then usually not quite a whole, not quite a whole box. All right, so we've got simmer, simmer, simmer. We're gonna come over here and get you set up over here. Hello. Let's do it this way so I can see who is with me. Who's with me, yo? This phone. I'll tell you what. All right. So we're doing sandwich bread at the same time because, well, why not multitask? All right. So I have 4 loaves. I have 4 loaves of sandwich bread already rising, but we're gonna do 2 more because I want one, and then we'll need 2 more. So I need 2 teaspoons of salt. Sandwich bread is, if you've never made it, literally, it is the easiest thing. And if you have a stand mixer, even easier. I'll put all the recipes below, but I will read it off for you. So 2 teaspoons of kosher salt, and then we're gonna start our mixer on low, and we're gonna add 4.5 cups of flour, 1 cup at a time. So I will tell you how you start this. It starts with mixing 2 cups of water, 1 tablespoon of active dry yeast, 1/4 of a cup of honey, and 2 tablespoons of melted butter. So you're gonna mix water, yeast, honey, and butter all together, stir it up, let it sit for 10 minutes. Then you're gonna add the 2 teaspoons of kosher salt and 4.5 cups of flour, 1 cup at a time. And you're just gonna mix that until it pulls away from the sides. It's usually about, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes. I go a little longer just because I really like to make sure it gets, you know, really in there. Was that 2 or 3? I'll be able to tell. I think that was 3. This is 3. This is 4. And a half. Turn that up just a little bit. All right, so let's take a look. You can see. Wow. This thing is a real pain in the butt. All right, so it's not quite there yet. See how it's still sticky? So we're gonna keep going. It may need a little bit more flour. It's really something you have to kind of eyeball. Yeah. So we're gonna try that. It's gotta pull all the way from the sides. I think that's probably enough. We'll give it a minute. And then we'll check on our dinner. Because if we're going to be in the kitchen, we might as well be in the kitchen. You know what I mean? Oh, I should wash this. You just have, I've seen people hair get sucked in. Don't worry. This is just for my family, so don't freak out. The stuff for the micro bakery is already put away. So it's looking like it might need still a little bit more. You guys can see how it's still a little loose on the bottom. I'm going to give it one more minute. It might firm up. Once you learn what it's supposed to look like, you'll be able to gauge. So it is pulling away now. So now it should stay firm. And we're going to give it a couple more minutes at this speed to really get that gluten built in there. All right, that looks good. So we're good there. I'm gonna take it off. All right, so now what you do is you take it out. It's still a little sticky for my liking, but we'll see. Usually it's not this sticky. So I'm gonna put it right here and make a bowl, make a ball out of it. I'm gonna put a little bit more flour on it because it is more sticky than it should be. So we're gonna knead it a little bit right here. So the more you bake bread, the more you just kind of learn like how it should look and what it should look like and how it should feel and does it need a little bit more, and it takes time. I've been baking for a year, and you know, it took me a while to get the sourdough down. Now that I have it, you know, I know what to do most of the time when I need to troubleshoot. All right, so as you can see, it's now a perfect little ball. It's not sticking anymore, so we're good. So if that happens, just add a little bit of flour, knead it for a minute with your hand, and then you've got a nice little ball here. And we're going to put this in a greased pan, and we're gonna cover it with saran wrap. No stretch and folds, none of that nonsense for the sandwich bread. We're gonna cover it with that and then cover it with a tea towel. And we're gonna let it rise for about an hour and a half. And then we're gonna shape it into the pans, into the loaf pans. And it'll rise for another hour after that, and then we're gonna bake it, and then it'll be done. So total time is about, you know, from prep to being done, you're looking at about 2.5, 3 hours. Total. You're not working for 3 hours. Your prep time is gonna be about literally 10 minutes. So, all right, let's get back to dinner. Okay, so we've got the cream sauce here is doing good. All the cream cheese has melted in. Now, if you really wanted to thicken this up, I usually use a little bit of Parmesan at the end. You could do like a slurry if you wanted to, but I don't think you need to. All right, and then our roasted veggies are done. Now we're just waiting on our noodles. And we are almost done. So you can see how easy this is. And you guys are gonna be like shocked at how good it is.
First time I was in the office the whole day for a long time.
Yeah?
Yeah, whole day. Months.
It's been months since you've been in the office?
Since I've been in the office the whole day.
Oh, the whole day. Probably makes for a long day, I would think. Let me test these noodles. All right, perfect. All right, now it's time to drain, and then we're going to mix it all together. Kind of wishing there were a little bit more veggies. Now we're going to add the Parmesan. A lot of these measurements are just measure with your heart. So I have a heart for Parmesan. I did not add pepper. The flavor, not kidding. All right, let's give this a try. It is pasta. Yep. It is this one. Ditalini pasta, so little. It was so good. So much flavor. So you could add any vegetables that you want in this. Again, this was ditalini pasta. These with the Brussels sprouts removed. Garlic, Parmesan, cream cheese, beef consomme, ground beef. Delightful. And then at the same time, we did our bread, so we are good. We multitasked, we got it done. And what did that take us? I've been on with you for 30 minutes. So 30-minute dinner probably could have gone faster if I wasn't multitasking. So I will put all of the ingredients below and let me know if you make it and tell me what you think. And you're coming, are you from Turkey? That's cool. Okay, thanks for making dinner with me.